Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Cardano is running into the weekly 20, and it's sort of equally running into this resistance. You've got this kind of little broadening channel that's being produced here. It's basically a broadening bottom, basically a broadening wedge. Which is a reversal pattern. So once you break the resistance, you do usually come back up to where you formed the channel. You can see that that's where you run into a point of contact, the resistance right now. So this particular channel that you've broken out of here, now if you start to fall back, needs to hold as support and could offer a fantastic entry point at around about $1.34 if it does come for Cardano. And we are running to the 20 like that, and you start to roll over in the next week or so. This key level of support needs to hold, and you can see you're actually broken out of the broadening channel. You've come up into resistance, falling back to support, and you're beginning to break out to the upside. Okay, so if it does get quite nasty, you can see that this potential scenario could play out over the next couple of weeks where this particular level of support does hold. Now if you do start to lose this key level support just there and start to roll again, you come all the way back down and bounce back off this trend line just there. Could be another entry point, you know, further down the line, but at that point you would really be testing these lows down here. And like I said to you, if you start to come down and lose these lows, then essentially what you've done here is rolling for Cardano. Don't necessarily envision it, because I think that will be hoping at the moment. You are holding technical support for the continuation of the trend that you're in. You've come up impulsively, correctively, and right now you are actually making a higher low than down here. Okay, so you know technically you are still bullish, but you are under the 55 EMA, which is not a good sign on the weekly, because the more you continue to be underneath that, the more you're hitting resistance and essentially coming down in a downtrend. Okay, and you're confirming a downtrend on the weekly time frame, which is not good. That's basically pushing you into a bear market if you continue to do that. Now what you do need to see, look, you've ran into the resistance of the 20. What you do need to see is this technical support hold, start to come back up, break above the 20, hold them back to for support, and then you're looking at potential upside here. As was this, look, you came down this falling wedge, everyone was really bearish, you were driven into the floor, and you got back above the 20, you held, and you put in that beautiful impulsive break. Okay, and we met this target just there, and then we've retraced to a normal level support for the continuation of the trend. Now this retracement is really deep off this impulsive high to low. From there to there, you can see it's come all the way down to 786. You've actually had a couple of closes under the 786, which is not a good sign. So it could be a bit of a bear trap, bit of a fake out just there where you did close underneath it, and then you've rallied back into this as resistance. So what we do need to see is, like I said to you, get the weekly close above this 55 and the golden ratio, the 10618 at 146 would be really good progress here for Cardano. So if we can come up, hold that on the weekly, you can see we're getting a squeeze on the 55 and the 20, and you'll get something called an EMA repel, basically, where you get a slingshot where you start to come back up, hold and break out to the upside. Okay, and you prevent the death cross, because if it's death cross comes, that's a confirmation of a bear market on the weekly time frame. You're hitting resistance, and you're coming down basically. So on a knife edge here for Cardano, you know, I'm long-term bullish on Cardano. I think that what you're doing here is you retrace the 786. Okay, you really did put the fear into God into people, but look at the impulsive break, look how big this candle is, and this is how quickly and big and impulsively Cardano can actually break out in this market. So you know, all we need is a couple of candles like that, like this, like that, and then you're back up there and you retrace into this high. So what I'm going to do is lay down the fibs here so you can see retracement levels for Cardano moving forward. Okay, so right now basically you can see that what you've done, you've wicked into the 20 and the 0382 at the moment. So you've basically come down like this. Okay, you've bounced down on this low just here, and you're retracing right now to this high. So this is the retracement you're beginning to put in. Now this is really important. This is the important part of the bull market here for Cardano, because if you start to come up and you reject off these two levels just here, okay, you come up and you start to reject and you roll and you lose this low, then that in itself is confirming that this is a dead cat bounce scenario, and you're rolling down and losing that low, and there in itself is your bear market confirmation. You know, you roll into a bear and you've actually reversed the trend on the weekly time frame, and you're coming down basically. Now for me to tell you that it was in a bear market as you're retracing here before actually doing any of this scenario would be bullshit. I'd be lying to you, because you're retracing to a nominal level support for the continuation of the trend. You know, I could have been telling you in a bear market, and then it does something like this and breaks out to the upside. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the dead cat bounce scenario to validate the bear market basically. Now essentially what we do need to see is start to come back up against the fibs, holding back to support like this, slowly but surely. The more you move up the Fibonacci scale here and start to retrace, the greater the impulsive pace to break out of this high. And once you do start to break out of that high, you're looking at $5.96, $5.93 minimal target in the bull run, you know, and you really have consolidated and then broke out to the upside with continuation of the bull here for Cardano. Okay, so and this was just a long level of reaccumulation basically for Cardano moving forward. So good luck everybody, I wish you luck, but they're the technical targets for Cardano right now. You do need to see yourself close above a 236 on the weekly, okay, and get back above that 55 as well, and start to close again above the 382 at $1.60 would be an amazing level of progress right here for Cardano, and prevent this rollover just coming back down to test these lows again. Take care everyone, back soon with another update on Cardano. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, bye bye.